My husband left me in labor to go golfing, so I changed the birth certificate and left him
ever
out
doubted
forever.
whether someone truly loves
I'm
you,
Natalie.
wait until you're in
I'm
the hospital.
31,
All
bleeding,
and I
and
gave birth
crying,
alone while my
just
husband
not
was
to
hitting
hold.
balls
Get a
on the
text
golf
that
course
says,
with his buddies.
That was the moment everything changed. But before I tell you what I did and why he can never undo it, I want to know where you're watching
This
from.
story
might just make you rethink what love, respect, and family are really
The baby
supposed to mean.
wasn't the
plan, but I loved him the moment I knew. Ryan and I had been
He
married
was charming,
2 years, confident.
We
and
met
the
at a
life of
friend's
every
wedding,
party,
dated
but he
fast,
was also
and
dying
when I told him I was
like
pregnant,
it was a TikTok
he blinked.
trend. No way, for real. Then after a pause, he added, but we just booked that Mexico
how he
trip.
saw
things. The baby wasn't a life. It was a scheduling conflict. Still, I hoped fatherhood would change him. Spoiler, it didn't. Labor started and so did his tea time. My due date was June 4th. But on May 30th, Ryan,
around
who had
6
already
a.m.,
left
I
for a
felt a
weekend
slow,
golf trip with
burning
the
cramp.
guys. Babe,
My water
I think
broke
it's
within
happening.
10
minutes. You sure? I just teed off. I waited. Can you call the doctor and keep me posted? We've got a reservation at 2 p.m. He didn't come, but I'll try to wrap it up quick. He didn't come. I gave birth without him and something in me snapped. In the hospital room, I screamed through contractions
while gripping the hand of a nurse named
with a
Carla,
shock of dark
who
hair and a
offered
scorn
more
that
love
made
because
him
6
look
hours
than
than
my
my
husband
husband
had
had
been
because
because I was
cried.
alone. Ryan showed up 3 hours later, holding a Starbucks and smiling like he'd done something heroic. I told you I'd make it before dinner. The nurse looked at me, I looked at him, and I made a decision. I left his name off the birth certificate. The nurse handed me the form. Ryan was texting someone about father's name for next weekend. I left the space blank. He didn't even notice until the next day when a nurse brought in the official document. Wait, where's my name? I didn't put it. He laughed. I didn't. He said it was a mistake. I told him it was a statement. You seriously left me off like I don't over your son's birth, Ryan. He said I was being dramatic, that I was emotional, that he would fix it. But I told him there was nothing to fix because I wasn't putting him on a piece of paper when he brought his mom into it, so I brought the screenshots. A week later, his mother called me crying. You're tearing our family apart. How could you leave his name off? I calmly forwarded her the texts. Her tone changed. I wasn't being cruel. I was being honest. This wasn't punishment. Fast forward 6 months. I'm raising a beautiful boy and I have no regrets. But he's not dad. Ryan still sees our son occasionally a name under supervision. On the other child support have found mostly because I never knew everything through a lawyer. I'm not just a single mom. I'm a mother who chose to protect her child from someone who prioritized a sport and you've ever been left behind. Please know that being alone in a hard moment doesn't make you weak. You are allowed to set boundaries. You are allowed to say no more. And most of all, you are allowed to rewrite the story. If this story resonates, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. And tell me in the comments, what moment made you realize you deserved more? Thanks for listening. And to my son, if you ever see this someday. You were worth everything. He tried to win me back with flowers, but I gave him court papers instead. 2 weeks after I gave birth, it's funny how people showed up at my door with a bouquet of Lil Emily's favorite. I was holding my son in one arm and a bottle in the other. He smiled like nothing had happened. He said, "I'll be better." I looked at him, really looked at him, and realized he didn't come back for us. He came back because he lost control. The control was gone and he hated that. Ryan had always been the one to decide when we talked. But the moment I left him off that birth certificate, something shifted. Legally, he had no say. No say in school choices. No say in travel. No say in bedtime stories or pediatricians or anything that actually matters to a parent. And that terrified him. He said I was weaponizing the baby. That word again, dramatic, unfair, emotional. He said I was using our son to punish him. But I wasn't punishing anyone. I was protecting both of us. Because any man who says, "Just call me when he's walking," isn't someone I'm letting shape his future. He filed for paternity and I let him. He wanted legal rights, fine. I let the courts handle it. And during that process, every missed call, every forgotten visit, every text busy today, said, maybe next weekend, was documented. It wasn't revenge. It was record keeping. I found support in the strangest places. I joined a local mom group on Facebook, but mostly for playdate ideas. Like me. Women who had done everything alone. Women who had fought for boundaries no one else respected. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel ashamed. I felt seen. The hearing changed everything. 3 months later, we were sitting in court. He tried to charm the judge. In a navy suit, me in a blazer I bought from a thrift store. I just told the truth. I showed messages, medical records, his arrival time at the hospital 3 hours delayed. The judge asked him directly, "Why weren't you present at the birth of your child?" He shrugged. I thought I had more time. The judge nodded, then looked at me. "Ms. Tanner, I'm granting you full legal custody. Visitation rights can be reevaluated based on his consistency and involvement." I walked out with my son in my arms. The power in saying no more. People love redemption arcs. They want stories to end with hugs and reconciliations. But sometimes closure doesn't come from making up. It comes from standing your ground. Today, my son is 11 months old. He laughs with his whole body, dances surrounded by love, and calls my dad Pop like he invented the word. Real love. Not scheduled in between tea time love. And as for Ryan, he visits occasionally when it's convenient. And each time he leaves, my son looks at me like, is he supposed to be someone? And I hold him tighter and whisper, "You've already got all the family you need if you're still watching." If you're a parent doing permission it solo, to choose peace, or someone who walked away from a relationship that made you feel small, you don't need to apologize for protecting your child. And you definitely don't need to entertain people who only show up when it benefits them. If this story resonated with you, like, comment, or share. And tell me below, what was the moment you said, "Enough"? Your voice matters. Your choices matter. your story is just beginning.